Stand for what we believe in. Let the people sing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
They will not break our country's strength. They will not take our nation's freedom. Let the people sing. We will not turn our backs today. We will stand for what we believe in. Let the people sing.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. A great morning. How is everybody? True American Brad Ass coming to you live on this beautiful, beautiful Wing It Wednesday. I know things are a little different this morning, guys, but that's okay. We're going to roll with it. I wanted to, we got 40 degrees here in Illinois this morning. A little warmer, not too warm, but a little warmer. And, pretty crazy though. All the snow melted yesterday, so that's it's a little different. So it don't even look like winter out there. But I wanted to tell everybody good morning. Appreciate y'all being here. If you would go ahead and smash that like button, and go ahead and put good morning in the chat so we can shout y'all out. And we'll go ahead and go around the panel, starting with Double A.
How's everybody doing this morning? Double A here. I hope you're having a great one. It is a nice 41 degrees here in Louisiana, and I got my flip-flops on.
Nice.
Good morning, everyone. Brandon. I'm currently laying in my bed. My car wouldn't start again this morning.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm waiting. My recruiter has an appointment like an hour and some change away at 9 o'clock, so I'll probably be here for the next couple hours. But yeah, no.
Well, you made it, huh?
Hey,
it goes right along with today's theme: adapt and overcome.
At least it's not 11 degrees today. It's good, like 34 degrees today.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Above
he's about ready for his flip-flops.
my dog and cat.
Right.
Yep.
Well, how is everybody this morning? Let's go through the chat real quick. Sling Buzz, I see you. Good morning. Morning, brother. How are you? Morning, Sonia. Let's see. Morning, everybody on the panel, of course. Morning, Colt. I think I see you in there.
Good morning,
Hope
Colt.
everything goes well this morning, brother. For you and Jesse, we'll say a prayer for y'all. Safe travels. And hoping for great news.
Yeah.
Morning, Precision.
Precision, good morning. Yeah, good morning, Jamie. Appreciate that. How is everybody this morning? Where's everybody tuning in from in the chat? Go ahead and put your state.
Seen Sonia Golden Gloves. How you doing, Sonia? She's just seen her in the chat the other night. I think she's got a fight going on this weekend in Mississippi. I've never heard there's a Philadelphia, Mississippi. I've never known that.
Philadelphia, that's crazy. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be like someplace like Arkadelphia or something like that. You know, it's like.
Right. Yeah, definitely a little different. Yeah, good luck to you, Sonia.
Philadelphia.
Out there in Mississippi, you got this. She said she's pumped up, ready to rock.
Oh, it would be too. You can't. I mean, if you're going to be in a fight and you're not pumped up, you shouldn't be in a fight.
That's right.
That's right. You get pumped.
Fights out, lights out.
If I can make it, I will. I don't know how far it is from me.
Right.
I do like a good boxing
match. Somebody said, what part of Louisiana there, Double A? Precision.
Sinlaw, in the center part, right at the ankle.
Motor can.
All right, Sonia's in Ohio. Nice. We got Precision in Texas. Nice. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Hang on, guys. Just trying to catch up with the chat here.
Yeah, it's
Y'all
moving
bear
this
with
morning.
us. Grab your coffee, grab your energy drink, grab your water, whatever. Whatever you use to get your day started. Normally we try to get Ghost to sponsor us. But we're still looking for that sponsorship, Ghost. What flavor you got this morning, Colt?
I bet it's Welch's grape. See, I
Picked up
think
a
that's his
Welch's
favorite.
Ghost. There you go.
Yeah.
Morning, Ken. Good to see you in here, brother. Oh, man.
How many
Oh,
we got in?
Brandon looking sharp again this morning. I love seeing that uniform.
Yeah, it's so much
Speaking
better
of
than the
uniform,
AC.
dude, this is actually one of my undershirts that I have on from when I was in.
Yeah,
Pretty wild that it even fits.
yeah, dude, that's a long time ago too, man.
That was a long time ago.
I think that's an achievement when you can say I still have a shirt from like close to 8-10 years ago. You're like, yeah,
Right.
like
Yeah, this was
that's
definitely before 2010, so yeah, at
yeah.
least
When did you
15
leave the
years.
Triple D?
Don't get me lying, dude. I don't remember exactly.
It wasn't.
It
It
was
was a
all
couple of
probably
years after I got
2009, right
in.
before I deployed.
No, you was in the unit when I was there, and I got in 2010. So you got out 2011, 2012, I think.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I was
because
in
you was there
Iraq in
because
10, so maybe I came back. I might have came back
yeah,
after that.
you came back 'cause that was the last deployment. The unit went to Iraq, and then they started doing the detainee ops to Guantanamo.
Oh, yep. I
Yeah, because
almost
it
went
was
to
like a three-year
Guantanamo.
three-year break, and then we went to Guantanamo in 2013 or 2012, and then the next rotation was like around 15, 16.
Right.
Like they was doing 3-year rotations to go there, but I remember they said they was no longer gonna be going to Iraq because they was doing more of the enduring freedom and trying to. It was more calming down, so the deployments were like slowing down going over there.
Right. I got you. Yeah, I know a lot
A
of
fun
different
thing.
units, even more than not just from Louisiana. I've heard of different states going over there.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah,
pretty wild.
yeah. It's a lot of them because I mean, there's a lot. They do rotations like it's like 6-month rotations. They change it out because I think they don't want people to get complacent there because people end up I think the terrorists actually converted people, from what I've heard
Right.
in like rumor stories and stuff. But I'll go off on that tangent. How's
I
everybody doing?
got you. I'm trying to catch up with this chat real quick. Do you have an email I can send y'all for Sonya walkout song for her fight? Yeah. Let's see. I'll go ahead and put mine in the chat. Hey, y'all help me keep up with them comments, guys, if you don't mind. Let's see.
What up, Panda? Morning, Bubba.
What's up, Ken? Yeah, close to Pineville. I could pretty much jump in the river and swim to a lot of places if I had the energy to do it. I can go all the way to the Mississippi and out into the Gulf if I wanted to. Take me a few days through a couple of locking dams and dodging a couple barges.
Morning, Panda. Morning. I see you now. Morning. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. We appreciate all the love and support. Hope everyone's doing great. Up and at it this morning.
At Precision, I like going down to Lake Charles to a place called Rutherford Beach. You can go there and you can camp for free. You can catch redfish, fish out of the Gulf. You can catch bull sharks. You can make a campfire on the beach. You can stay there for I think up to 12 or 14 days, and you have to leave and relocate, and you come back. It's a nice little place. They got cabins and lodges there that you can rent. It's in Cameron, Louisiana. Nice little getaway if you're ever down there in the south. If you want to see another beach, Holly Beach is further west. Then you go into Texas and hit Galveston. The Gulf has a good bit of stuff. We ain't just Southerners. We
Yeah,
don't just hunt.
all the beaches.
Yeah, I
Nothing
think
like
the Gulf
some
of
good
the
old R&R.
yeah, I think the Gulf actually got because normally it stays like churned up because like the fresh water hits it, so it kind of makes it look murky. I think
Right,
this year it got so clear it was almost like that blue clear color you see in the Caribbean. It had like still had that green look to it, but it was
right.
clear and you could see through it a lot clearer than you normally can.
Oh, I bet
I
that's
didn't get
pretty.
a chance to go down there and see it, but I seen people posting pictures of it. It was real nice.
Yeah, I know. I love seeing those places that have that real clear, pretty blue water. It's just amazing to see.
Yeah, yeah. Especially going into like the Virgin Islands, go down there in the Caribbean.
Right. It's like a whole new world.
Yeah. If you ain't seen it, at least see it once so you can have that in your memory banks.
We have the only pink dolphin in the world. What did I miss?
I think there is a actual dolphin that's pink. Like it's how they have albino dolphins and stuff. I think there's one that's actually pink and it's like a very rare occurrence. I remember reading an article or headline on it one time a while
He's
back.
Yeah.
off in Louisiana.
What?
You're welcome. Merry Christmas. That's funny, Stone.
Yeah, I was born in DeVille too, Ken. I'm just seeing that comment. Born and
Oh,
raised.
wow. Small world, huh?
Yeah, I run through those dirt back roads all the time. I've seen some scary places in those woods.
Facts.
Now they got subdivisions in the places where I used to get lost in. It's crazy. DeVille has changed a good little bit.
Yeah, not too far from Livingston either. And they got some wild stuff going on out there.
Oh yeah, Camp Livingston. Yeah, they got
Mm-hmm.
the World War II historical places there you can go to. You go. People used to go hunt for arrowheads at Camp Livingston all the time.
Right. A bunch of crazy wild stories from that place. People
Oh yeah. Now if you go
claim
out
they
there,
saw
you got
things and heard things, and
yeah, and it's right there by
pretty
Camp
eerie.
Cook. And now they made it to where you can't even go back there. They got it blocked off, and if you get caught back there, the force protection and MPs will come out there and escort you off until you got to leave.
Right.
You used to be able to go back there and just shoot guns and just do country things, and now you're gonna call the MPs on you.
Yeah. Always calling
Damn.
MPs.
Ooh.
Michigan. Good morning, Misty. All the way in
Yeah.
Michigan.
How cold is it in Michigan?
Yeah, how cold is it? That is a good question.
We might
Mr.
be
Saint
related.
said, me, you, and Brad may all be related.
Yeah.
Somewhere down the line. Adam, Eve, somewhere. Oh, speaking of Adam and Eve, let's go over that verse of the day, guys. Psalm 37:28. For the Lord loves the just and will not forsake his faithful ones. Wrongdoers will be completely destroyed, and the offspring of the wicked will perish. Wow, that's a deep one.
Yeah.
Real good one
It's always been a deep one for
or
me.
this morning, guys. Psalm 37:28. And I believe
That
that's
the
going to
whole
be
chapter is really
the
good.
NIV version. In case y'all wanted to look it up, there is other versions and that translate a little bit differently, but they
Yeah.
all
I like
carry the
reading the
same
King James
message.
version, so it has that old English, dialect to it, and that's why I like reading the old English or the King James version because that way of talking always interests me.
Yeah,
I like the accent and
it's
everything, and
different
just the
for
way
sure.
somebody like if
Yeah,
somebody was
times
up
have
there giving like
changed.
a speech or something, talking like certain ways, that would grab my attention. Reminds me of
Right.
Renaissance festivals.
Great morning, Mikey. Good to see you, brother. Grateful to be alive, right?
Yes, yes, it is great.
25 degrees. Feels like 13.
Mm.
Yeah, you can have it. You can keep that. We got 39, feels like 23. We're not too far ahead of you. But like I said, that snow melted. Surprised me.
Yeah.
I walked outside this morning. I'm like, whoa, where am I at? Did I sleep in the right house? You know what I mean? You
Go
know
to
how you
sleep
get
there,
that.
wake
You
up
know
in
how that goes,
Louisiana.
especially
Wake up.
when you've been through things. You know what I mean? It's not. It's
Yeah.
not the cool. It's not what you want to wake up to.
Yeah, it's like waking up jet lagged. You're like, this just got to take a minute.
Yeah, something ain't right. Oh
Man,
man,
shit.
good stuff, guys. Good stuff, man. I'm glad to see everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. If y'all have any questions, put it in the chat. If you have a word of encouragement, any advice you would like to give, we'll try to catch it and spread the good word. It's a balmy 48 here. I've heard that word before. I think it's a synonym for cold or something, but I think there's a guy that I follow on social media. I can't think of his name, but he does those ice plunges, and he did like he did like one every day, like day such and such of
Wim
taking the
Hof
ice
method.
ice bath every day or whatever.
There's a guy
And
named
that's what
Wim
he
Hof who
does
does
is
the Wim Hof method. He
huh?
does that. The Wim Hof method is a guy who does a breathing technique to where he can submerge in like sub-degree temperature water,
Well, that's
and
another
like he
one,
can stay in
yeah.
it. Yeah, he was on Joe Rogan one time I watched, and he does a breathing technique that allows him to. He'd stay in water till it froze, and he'd break out the ice.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
And talk
it's like
about
he's. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it, but he swears that everybody has the capability of doing it just by controlling your breathing, like doing certain
facts.
breathing techniques. Get your heart to a certain rate, and it gets your blood body temperature up to where you can actually start like
Yeah,
make
your
you'll be
body
like
becomes a
steaming.
thermogenic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like, man, can seeing somebody actually do it and being like documented in the World Book of World Records for doing it. It's yeah. I thought, well, there's something there.
Right. Yeah. Cold water is definitely it definitely helps. Taking cold
Yeah,
showers, it's real good for mental health.
I'll take a cold
And
shower every morning.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like you feel like you can't take it, but that's just your body's response to the pain. You know what I mean? So, like you said, you control your breathing, you slow everything down, you get into the moment, almost like a meditation, and it's almost like you can't feel the cold water anymore. It's a hell of a mindset, but uh, I don't know how to explain it. It's just something you got to try, and you do. Start out 30 seconds. Turn the water on as cold as you can get it. Get in there for 30 seconds. Hop out. That's a small accomplishment. The next day, go for 45 seconds. You know what I mean? And eventually, what's going to happen is, as you feel the cold water hit you, it's going to if you slow down your breathing and you make your body warm up, it's actually going to feel warm instead of cold. I don't know how to explain it, but it's
Yeah.
uh it's crazy, and you'll have a whole different mindset after that.
Yeah, I've heard like if you can withstand with at least 20 seconds in the shower, a cold shower, it will wake you up the same as a cup of coffee in the morning. Like it'll get the
Yeah,
blood flowing, your brain
exactly.
going, and everything the same as a cup of coffee. So,
Right. Yeah. Find your
I mean,
way.
just the fact the cold water hitting you whenever you're kind of tired too, that'll wake you up. You know,
Yeah.
not necessarily like that hard shock, like if you're like almost heat stroke and then jump in ice cold where you shock your body that bad, but you don't never want to do that.
Right.
But you can gradually move like the warm shower down to cold and just get it as cold as you can stand it, and then eventually you'll be able to just turn the hot water off and just have that cold just sit on you.
Right.
And you'll get used to it the more and more you do it.
Definitely. I got you there, Mr. Saint. Balmy actually means warm. Okay.
Morning, Cliff.
Keep the shovel inside the porch so it does not get buried.
Yeah,
I
I
know
got a
that's
story of
right.
the first time I was in snow in Oklahoma. It snowed and it was probably about a foot and a half, 2 feet of snow. and it kind of packed down a little bit. And I was thinking, okay, I they plowed the road, and I was like, okay, now I can get out. And I thought you could just drive through it. I didn't know you had to shovel it out the way because I'm from Louisiana and we don't have snow. If we does, it's only like 3 inches thick and you can still drive on it.
Right.
So I drive and the car hits the end of the driveway, and then it was just like hitting a big sand pile. It just stopped. And I was like, oh man. And I didn't have a snow shovel. So I'm trying to shovel the snow with a regular shovel, which is a lot harder than shoveling dirt with a regular shovel because it feels like you're there a lot longer.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And the
gave
shovel
up.
never
I
really
went,
gets heavy.
yeah. And then the ground gets so soggy that the car kind of got stuck. So I was kind of had to wait until it dried up a little bit and the
Yeah,
snow
it
melted.
happens.
So make sure you have enough food for 2 or 3 days if it snows, because you might get stuck in your own driveway.
Hey, facts, dude. Anytime you leave the house in the snow, grab you a MRE to take with you.
Yeah.
Because you don't know
Always
how
keep a
long you're
two
going
or
to be
three
gone.
in your trunk. Yeah.
It
Two or
don't
three
matter
in your
how good of
trunk.
a driver you are. If somebody in front of you messes up and it shuts everything down, dude, you could be there. Excuse me. You could be there for hours. Hours.
Yeah. I was just lucky it was right there in the driveway, and all I had to do was just walk back into the house.
Right. Or
It could
try
have
to
been like a
walk, huh?
4 mile walk. Yeah. Well, I could have walked. It would have just sucked the longer I got further I got out, and be like, man, I could have been in the ditch 2 miles down and been like, great, I'm walking home.
Right. And you can't get in a hurry doing nothing like that either. And you'll end
No,
up on the ground.
because they have a thing in Oklahoma or where I was at, the Operation Slick Streets, where they only respond to life threatening. So if your car gets stuck there, you can't get a tow truck or anybody to help you get it out until it's the Operation Slick Streets is lifted, and then you can, because they mainly help emergencies only first. So they're too busy doing all that. So when you call them, they're like, well, when we get to you, put them on a waiting list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun
Unfortunately.
times. I still love the snow though.
Yeah, it's got pros and cons, you know.
Yeah,
It
you
is
gotta learn,
beautiful.
especially being from here. I didn't know what to expect, so it's like a whole learning experience for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. I mean, it's a whole different you get a whole different outlook on life just watching the different seasons change
Oh yeah,
because that's something you don't get in Louisiana.
yeah, like the actual 4 seasons. Normally, it's just
Right.
either
Actual
it's normally just
seasons.
summer, and you
And
get a
to
little
watch the
taste of.
wildlife adjust with it and to watch the birds fly south and to watch, you know what I mean? Like it's just
And
crazy to watch all the animals that you used to see out and about no longer out and about. It's just crazy. It's
uh,
cool to see those things that you hear about in school, uh, but you never get to experience it. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, because you end up ends up causing you to be too busy to really step back and just
Just, yeah,
look at
stop
it
and
and
take it
take
all
it
in.
in.
Right. Like watch a plant grow. That to me, that just watching a
Oh,
plant
it
grow
is.
is amazing.
Yeah,
To
that's
go
like one of
from
my
a
favorite
seed
hobbies.
to whatever it
Yeah.
makes, it's just wow, mind blowing.
Yeah, because something so small, the seed is so small, and then it can grow to eventually be something as big as a 200-foot tall tree that makes a million more of those little seeds to make a million more of those same trees as big as it. And then
Right.
and all it's doing is like, just imagine if you could understand time and the concept of how nature goes, like it's
Yeah, definitely.
unfathomable.
Yeah, we could
Like
get deep on that for sure.
yeah, yeah,
We
we'll
won't
have
get into
we'll
all
have
that.
like we'll do an after show and post it.
Right. More. Sorry about that, Cliff. Good morning, brother.
We have
Uh,
a backstage session, which like behind the scenes.
I don't know where Brandon went.
Ah,
I just noticed he. Let's see.
oh,
Anybody got anything on their mind this morning they'd like to talk about? Any questions? Anything you're dealing with? We're here for y'all, guys. It's Wing It Wednesday. Let's see what Misty said. It is beautiful. I must love it. Been here my whole life. Came back after 5 months trying to live in Texas. That no season thing really messes with us when you're used to it. Exactly.
Yeah,
So she's got a different perspective on it. She's used to the seasons. Then she went somewhere where they didn't have it, and it affected her differently versus not being
yeah,
used to it and then seeing it and it affecting you differently. It's just amazing to be able to experience different things and the way it affects you. It affects everyone
yeah.
differently, you know?
Yeah, it's like yeah, it's like almost like seasonal depression, but it's or like being homesick for the seasons that you don't have because it's in a whole different location. It'd be like moving to the desert and you're like, oh man, I'm used to seeing grass and green, and it'd
Right.
probably be like almost like a culture shock. It'd take a little while to adapt to it. And,
Yep. What Mikey say? An acorn has everything inside of it to be an oak tree. The acorn is the only one who doesn't know it. Oh, wow. That's a good one. That gets pretty deep there.
yeah,
Wow.
I was today years old whenever I found out an acorn is the seed on an oak tree, though.
Yeah, there you go.
I,
You learn, hey, what they
yeah,
say, you learn something new every day, right? No matter how old you get.
right.
That's why I try to explain to my kids, man, you're always going to learn. Don't think because you learned a lot today that you're done learning. You learn every single day. Good morning, old lady Sky. Let's see, we were just like that. One day we were hanging with our buddies. Life is great. Next, we're down in the dirt, alone, forgotten. But something is happening. We're growing into our purpose. Amen,
Yeah,
brother.
amen. Yeah,
Amen,
I
brother.
say that all the time to myself now that I slowly start to like myself more and more. That God put me here for a reason and He kept me alive for a reason. So I'm gonna keep going until I'm satisfied with fulfilling the reason He has for me.
Right. I
And
understand that one,
unfortunately, there's so
Misty.
many people that I know that's been on the same path or similar paths as me, and it didn't turn out very well for them.
Or
And
exactly, or they're no longer here.
yeah, they either lost their mind or lost their lives or
Right.
lost their freedom.
It's
And
sad. It really is. But that's why we're here to be a light for those in the dark. Because we've been there.
I always refer every time, like I think daily. I do think about that man in the hole story. I told you
Right.
about. I
Yep.
mean, I think about that every day, and something crosses my path every day to remind me that that's like a very um, important story to hold on to, because there's so many people out there that need lifting up and not just verbal encouragement. They actually need a hand to help them go up to the next step. It's kind of like, say, if you go to a nursing home and you see somebody who has trouble walking, they got to get to the steps, and you just sit there and watch them and cheer them on. You go grab their arm and help them up, and then they can continue on the flat surface when they get there, instead of watching them struggle to get to where they want to go.
Right. Yep. And that goes back to but you can only help someone that wants to help themselves, but that don't mean stop
Mhm.
trying.
Right. Yeah.
There's a gray area there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eventually, it's gonna stick. Yes,
Well,
literally depressed me not have winter. See, that's a whole different type of seasonal depression.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because some people get depressed in the winter. Just because of the winter, because they're used to being outside, hot
Yeah. It's
summer
like
days, or being in the
it's like
humidity.
it's like people here in Louisiana. They hate the winter and they love the hot. I can't stand the extreme heat. I can handle the comfortable heat, but I've never been one that's like triple digits is better than the negatives. I'm like, I will take ice on the ground versus me going outside going, hey, it's hard to breathe because I'm breathing in liquid, I'm breathing in liquid air,
Right.
humidity and heat. Some people it doesn't bother. That's it's comfortable with them. But everybody's body is built different, and when you find that area of comfort that's like perfect for you, it's like you want to stay there forever. And then whenever you get out of it, you're like, it's almost like anxiety.
Right.
So it's like you enjoy
Definitely.
the outside. So you're like, I'm all right, this is fun, but just for a short time. And I know I'm going back to my comfort zone, and I'll be better there. And then the longer you stay out of it, the more it gets to you until you hit that acclimation period where you're like, if you move to it and you're forced to have to acclimate, then you got to go through that transition period. And once you
Right.
get out of it, you'll get better at it because you'll start making your environment to try to fit what you're used to as best as you can.
That's good. A good way of putting it. Adapt and overcome.
Yeah.
I say it all the
It's,
time. And that's another one of those things we learned in the military, but you can also
yeah,
apply it to civilian life.
yeah, I've heard plenty of civilians that have said it that aren't in the military that do it, that
Don't put
live
a
by that saying or use
what
that.
what's that one saying? Don't put a jacket on every time you get cold.
I've never heard that one, but it does make sense because
It makes sense
if
because
you if
if
you
you wait
start
it out,
getting used to it,
if you wait it out, you never need a jacket. So just apply that to everyday life. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Let's see what Mr. Ken said. Jesus almost always met someone's physical needs before meeting their spiritual needs. Amen.
yeah. You have to have good mind, body, and spirit for it all to connect and have like get a full understanding of what it is that you need to concentrate on.
Exactly.
And the one above can let the dirt do its work, which is it's true. You do let the dirt do its work, but you have to make sure that the dirt has the proper nutrients and nourishment. You can't plant a seed in bad soil. It will pop, and you will get the taproot, and you will get the beginning of it. But if the soil is not correct, then you'll get something that eventually withers away and dies.
Exactly.
And you have to make sure because in a way, my dad used to say it when I was a kid. If you like with people I used to, he would tell me not to hang around the wrong crowds, and he would say it in a way that kind of shocked me when I was a teenager. But he said, if you hang around shit long enough, you'll start smelling like it.
Yeah.
And so it's like you can apply that not just with people, but with life situations, and whatever you do.
Yep. Change your mindset.
Yeah.
Morning, Smokey. I'm glad you're here, brother. We actually wanted to touch on something that you, I think, mentioned yesterday. You had
Oh,
asked a question
was
in
it
the
Smokey
chat.
that asked the question? Yeah.
I believe it was Smokey.
Yeah. Yeah, because Traits had mentioned it, and I missed it when it was in the chat.
Right.
But he did tell us after and backstage afterwards, and I did some research on what I've heard, what I've seen. I put together a little video. Hopefully, it's very helpful. Uh, I like it. I like the message the man says in it, and it's helped me get a better understanding of the particular way to, I guess, get an understanding of that commandment in itself.
Right. Was
Because
that
I've seen a lot.
okay? He said he asked a bunch. The one pertaining to is it a sin to kill in war?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people, based in the veteran fields at the VA and in groups and sit downs and conversations I've had with a lot of people there. That's a very big question. A lot of them have asked because of the things they've had to do in wartime, and uh, it's hard. It hurts to see people have that struggle when you can see it in their face and their eyes that they're having that pain of feeling like they're undecided of knowing where that leads them. And I hope
Yeah,
this video helps, because this man can put it in words way better than I can. That's why I went and found it. I watched it several years ago. So I tried to take out all the long points. So the full sermon, I have the link. I'll put it in the comments for anybody that does want to watch it during the video when we show it. I'll post it in there, and you can see his actual full sermon. Go to his page, and he has a lot of helpful stuff on there that'll help out everybody. It's very, very good, helpful information. And he's very good if you speaking to God's word too as well.
Right. And it's a different way to, a different perspective, different opinions, different translations, and you can apply it to your life or others around you.
Yeah, and are we planning on showing it on the live, or just?
Yeah, definitely. I was just however you wanted to do it, brother.
Whenever you want to, whenever they're ready for it,
Yeah, I just wanted to refresh his memory. That way we wasn't, and wanted to make sure he was in here.
Yeah, definitely, because I want.
Would y'all like to see that? We got a video clip that explains all that a little better. I'll put a 1 in the chat if you'd like to see it. Get some 1 showing up, and we'll go ahead and play it. All right, yeah, thank y'all. I see the 1s. Yeah, thank y'all. All right, the 1's won. Here we go. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Y'all bear with me. And we'll go ahead and mute too, okay?
Murder. Kill is translated from the Hebrew word ratzak. They have kind of a guttural language. If you ever go to Israel and someone is going to greet you, they'll say, if you're a woman, mashlak. If you're a man, mashlak. Mashlak. I can't even do it. I mean, it's almost like they're harking up a loogie to speak. But it's translated, and I'll try and say this, ratzak. And it doesn't mean to kill, it means to murder. In fact, Gleason Archer, the renowned Old Testament scholar, says ratzak means the deliberate, premeditated manslaughter with malice aforethought. In other words, it's what we would consider to be first-degree murder. So make no mistake about it. The Sixth Commandment does not prohibit killing. It prohibits murder. And there is a big difference between the two. Now, of course, there's always the person who says, yeah, but Pastor, when is killing not murder? All intentional killing is murder. No, that's not true. Again, that's faulty logic. Let me give you 3 biblical cases when intentional killing is not considered to be murder. Number 1, when you're protecting yourself, your family, and your possessions. Number 2, when you're protecting your country. In other words, you're a soldier. And number 3, in cases of capital punishment. Now, let's look at the first one. Intentional killing is not considered to be murder when you're protecting yourself, your family, and your possessions. You see, according to the Bible, when the safety of your loved ones or your possessions are threatened, you have a right to protect yourself, even to the point of killing someone. Turn with me, if you would, to the book of Exodus chapter 22, verse 2, and I'll prove it to you. If a thief is caught in the act of breaking into a house and is struck and killed in the process, the person who killed the thief is not guilty of murder. What about the New Testament? Well, turn to Luke chapter 22, verses 35 through 38. Notice what Jesus taught. Then Jesus asked them, when I sent you out to preach the good news and you did not have money, a traveler's bag, or an extra pair of sandals, did you need anything? No, they replied. But now, he said, take your money and a traveler's bag. Why? Because they're going to be going outside of Israel. They're going to be traveling all over, and they're going to be going to some pretty dangerous places. And if you don't have a sword, Sell your cloak and buy one. It's better to be cold than it is to be not protected. In other words, for the time has come for this prophecy about me to be fulfilled. He was counted among the rebels. Yes, everything written about me by the prophets will come true. Look, Lord, they replied, we have 2 swords among us. That's what Jesus says. That's enough. Got 2? Good. Of course, you know, Peter doesn't quite understand it. They come to arrest Jesus. He takes the sword. He cuts off the high priest servant's ear. Jesus steps up and says, no, now's not the time. We're talking about when you're going out to share the gospel and you're traveling other places. And he reaches out and he heals the ear. Deuteronomy chapter 20 verses 1 through 13 tells us that when they kill or a soldier kills on the battlefield, it's not a violation of the 6th commandment. Look at verse number 1, and then we're going to jump down and we're going to read verses 10 through 13. Here's verse 1. When you go out to fight your enemies and you face horses and chariots and an army greater than your own, do not be afraid. The Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt is with you. And here's verses 10 through 13. As you approach a town to attack it, you must first offer its people terms for peace. Give them a chance to surrender. If they accept your terms and open the gates to you, then all the people inside will serve you in forced labor. That's the way they did things back then. What it means by forced labor, they don't become servants, they're going to have to pay tribute. You do that so that they can't begin to store up arms to fight against you. But if they refuse to make peace and prepare to fight, you must attack the town. When the Lord your God hands the town over to you, use your swords to kill every man in the town. In other words, if they're fighting against you and you get in combat, strike them down. They surrender, don't do it. But what about the New Testament? Well, look at Luke chapter 3, verse 14. Notice what it says, chapter 3, verse 14. What should we do? Asked some soldiers. John the Baptist replied, don't extort money or make false accusations, and be content with your pay. In other words, when soldiers came to John the Baptist asking, what should we do? He didn't tell them, quit fighting, that's wrong. Quit the army, that's wrong. Be conscientious objectors, because war is wrong. No. He told them how to conduct themselves as soldiers. You don't abuse your positions of power. There are certain things that violate the commands that God gave us for war. We don't do those things. In fact, notice what Jesus said in John chapter 18, verse 36. It's kind of amazing to me, all these people who think I'm a warmonger just because I believe the Bible, they never take into consideration what Jesus taught. Notice what Jesus said in John 18, 36. Jesus answered, my kingdom is not an earthly kingdom. Jesus said, my kingdom is not an earthly kingdom. If it were, my followers would fight to keep me from being handed over to the Jewish leaders. But my kingdom is not of this world. One day, Jesus is coming back to this earth and his kingdom is coming with him. And that day, his kingdom will become an earthly kingdom. But when he comes back to make it an earthly kingdom in the valley of Megiddo, there's going to be a great battle. It's known as the Battle of Armageddon, and people will be killed. And Jesus is the great warrior. And Joshua's a little bit frightened by him. Why? Because this guy's he's a soldier. Who do you think wiped out the Assyrian army? Jesus. But when his feet lands there, it tells you that his vesture looks like it's dipped in blood. Why? Because he's been fighting. Last but not least, intentional killing is not considered murder in cases of capital punishment. Look at Genesis chapter 9, verse number 6. If anyone takes a human life, that person's life will also be taken by human hands. For God made human beings in his own image. You see, what separates man from animals is the ability to reason and to make rational decisions. In fact, that's what it means when it says that man is made in the image of God. Now, because man is made in the image of God, man knows that murder is wrong. Therefore, because man knows it's wrong, if he takes another person's life, his life is to be taken. Why? Because he's not an animal. He knows that it's not just wrong to murder, but it's evil. Therefore, his life is to be taken. Now, for every one of you who says, I know God says to do that, but I think that's wrong. Well, I've got a scripture just for you. Turn to Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 21. You must show no pity for the guilty. Your rule should be, listen to this, life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. Look at the preceding verses 19 and 20. We read verse 21. Let's look at the two verses before verse 21. Notice what it says. You must impose on the accuser the sentence he intended for the other person. In this way you will purge such evil from among you. Then the rest of the people will hear about it and be afraid to do such an evil thing. We're supposed to purge evil from among us. That's Old Testament. Let's look at New Testament scriptures confirming this. Turn to Romans chapter 13, verses 1 through 4. In fact, I'm going to skip verses 1 through 3 and I'm going to jump on down to verse number 4. What he's doing is he's telling you to be subject to the governing powers because no authority is given except by God. For the one in authority is God's servant for your good, but if you do wrong, be afraid, for the rulers do not bear the sword for no reason. They are God's servants, agents of wrath to bring punishment on the wrongdoer. Anyways, he says that these people, they bear the sword. So the bottom line is this. The sixth commandment doesn't apply to killing someone while protecting yourself, your family, your possessions. It doesn't apply during a time of war, and it doesn't apply for capital punishment. Now, is that all there is to the sixth commandment? Thou shalt not murder? Or is there more? Well, let's dig a little bit deeper.
All right, all right. Could y'all hear that okay? See that okay?
Seen in the comments, it seemed like they were able to hear it.
Yeah, that's what. So there you go, guys. If you want to talk about it a little more there, Double A, you can.
Oh yeah, I hope that helps put some understanding on it. It helped me get an understanding, especially if I hear somebody that has struggles with it. I normally turn people to that particular video, and so I try to explain what I got from the video the best way I could. I'm not in a position where I have that same feeling as those people, so it really hurts me to see people going through that, because I can't fully imagine or wrap my head around what it's like to have to live with that every single day. And that message he sends in that is really the best way I know how to kind of point someone to kind of know that you don't have to suffer with that feeling of
Guilt, yeah.
guilt, shame, the pain of it and everything. You know, you can be released from it, and through God, I'm positive that he can help you work around it and get better through that pain that you're having. And I hope that helps.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
And I know it sounds crazy. I wish I could understand what it's like for anybody who has had to deal with that feeling, especially during wartime or any time they've had to make that choice. But just so I could have like a firsthand, like I could comprehend it. But I know that's a crazy way to look at it. But I feel like if I had experience of it and just hearing his word on it, I would be able to help even more. And
Right.
I want to get that. I want to be able to help the best way that I can.
Yeah, and just give people a different perspective
Yeah.
to see it in a different light. All right, let's see what
Because
Smokey said.
I can feel their pain. So I can feel their pain when I see it, and I know it's a different pain, but it's like a pain that you want to help them get released from them.
Right, help them to understand and get a peace over it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, is that peace. Got what he was saying. By the way, guys, I'm not being aggressive. I just like to have a conversation respectfully, though. LOL. So with that said, I'm gonna give my opinion if that's okay. Shoot, brother.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Always open to opinions. and I hope we cleared it up a little bit for you.
And I know
Gave you
it's
a
a really
better
deep
understanding.
topic too. It's a very deep topic, and it's some I
It
know some
is.
people would probably say it's a very sensitive subject to tread grounds on, but I you can't get across a minefield if that's the only way to get across it. You know, you have to you
Right.
have to you have to find that path through it either way, or so you have to sit still or in it. And there's another
Yeah.
story I've
And
seen. Oh, it's actually a movie I watched of a guy that before I forget it, it's a war in the Middle East, and the guy's walking through minefields, and he has a little girl that's zigzagging through there, and he's yelling at her to stop, and know, she knows the path to get through the minefields. But when it gets to the end of the movie, spoiler alert, but it's a good story at the end of it. The girl was actually a spirit, or she had passed because they had died in that minefield, and the man was there stuck, and he was scared to walk through it. But then it was like her spirit was helping him guide through there to show her to help him get through it because she had been there before, and so he didn't die through it. He was zigzagging, and he told the village that this little girl, and they was like, she died like 3 months ago in that minefield, and he was like shocked at the end, like, well, she helped me through it, and everybody was amazed. And it's a really good movie. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it's got a really
it
good
sounds
story about
good.
that too. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
good.
And that goes back to helping the man in the hole. It's all around the same uh, lesson to be learned there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry. We can get to what Smokey was wanting to say.
Let's see. I got what he was saying. And by the way, guys, I'm not being aggressive. Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, below that.
I feel that it still is a sin because if you look back in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, so many families died for no reason. I get why it started, but women and children were slaved for nothing.
Yeah, I do believe that was also considered a war crime, and unfortunately, I've heard people say war crimes only uh, okay the first time. After that, that's why I never did it again. Uh, from what I understand, there's a fat electrician has good videos that talk about that, about the actual Nagasaki, Hiroshima, and everything. As far as in the biblical sense, I'm I'm not really relating any of that to like those big explosion type things. That to me seems it's a following orders type thing still.
Right,
And if I'm not sure it was smoking military or not, but like a lot of orders, I mean, you have to follow orders, but you have that moral inside you also as well to know whenever you're doing something that goes against those orders. Like you have an oath, you swear under God under that oath, and if you know it's against the actual moral code of that oath, you're supposed to stand up for that as well. You have the right to refuse that. Um, and is
right.
that not murder? As how we ended it with the question. See, I do understand the complexity of relating it to that one in general.
Right,
The message in the video that I got was a lot of Vietnam vets, for example, was who I talked to at the VA, and you know, a lot of them had that feeling just because they were following orders and they were like they didn't want to pull the trigger, but then I did, and who knows how many they may have killed during their time in serving, which the number's not relevant really. It's the feeling they have for having to do something that, you know, it's because they had a conflict of understanding exactly how that's translated from the Bible, and the sin of it, because normally it's always worded as kill and murder, and those, like you said, there's a big difference between one, because if you kill someone in self-defense or in the protection of your country, then in the eyes of God, he understands, because if you look at who's the wrath of God, the angel that was that, God's also a vengeful God as well. He says it goes deep, but as far as like in murder, like you said, what we consider as murder would be anything in the first degree. First degree is the intent of the malicious act of either going to grab enjoyment out of it, or a premeditated act of doing that out of anger, out of jealousy, out of greed. If you do things like that and your plan is to kill, then that then becomes murder. If you're defending your wife and your children and your mother and your grandmother, or your friends and your property and things like that, then you have your God-given right to protect those things, because God has given you those to have, and what he gives you, you are to protect. Your family he gave to you, so you have to protect your family. If you don't protect your family, in a way, you're kind of disobeying God, because your family is your pretty much your lifeline,
Right.
and you're rooted to them whether you want to be or not, because your blood is your blood regardless. Nobody always likes everybody in their family, but you still treat them as you would want to be treated, because if you treat them badly, would you want to be treated as badly as you know that you can treat someone? I don't want to treat someone as badly as I know I can be. So it's and that it does become complicated, but I will protect everything I can for everybody that I do have, like, do care about and I love. And I feel like God has given me that right to do that. But he has given me that choice and decision to know when I am doing it, me solely, am I doing it for the enjoyment because I want to do that, or am I doing it because I had no other choice?
Right.
And that's I think that's the best way I can word that. Like, that's why I wanted to show that video. He words it in a better way, I think, than I can.
Yeah, and
The more,
unfortunately, huh?
I was just saying, the more I study it, the more I continue to look into it and go further into it. Because like I said, it's a real deep, and the hole's wide and deep. So
Right.
there's so much in it that you don't want to just jump in like, oh, this is exactly what it means. But you don't have to beat yourself up for something that you were made to do or you had no choice in doing.
Right. Yeah, and that's a good way of looking at it. And unfortunately, that's a lot of people that uh, have to deal with that type of guilt or thoughts or just mindset, whatever. They unfortunately that's what pushes them over the edge. It's because they never find
Yeah.
that peace over the things that were done that they had no control over. And that's sad. And that goes, I know we're talking about veterans again, and this is for everybody, but that can apply to civilians as well.
Oh yeah, it definitely applies to civilians, because even as a civilian, you have the God-given right to protect. He said it in the video. If you're at threat and your life is in danger, you have the God-given right to protect yourself.
Right.
And what did he
Morning,
say on that
Brett.
one?
Good to see you. Good to see you, brother.
And not by any means bashing the government. Anyone who is, I'd say I blame the government. Oh yeah, but see, unfortunately, the government, the higher ups in the government, everything trickles downhill. And unfortunately, for, like, say, the junior enlisted and the senior enlisted, I was always that saying, shit rolls downhill. So we end up getting the worst of the impact of that, and how they are up in the higher chains, how what's in their heart, I couldn't speak for them. How they're making that decision to tell us to do. We're all the pieces on the chessboard, and
Right.
the person making the move, we unfortunately at times we have no control over the move we're made to take.
Right.
They just want to make sure that we're prepared to do what that move's supposed to do. Like, that's why they train us. That's why it's so relatable to a chessboard. Everything in it.
Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it.
Hey, Britt, how you doing?
Yeah, good morning. Good
Hello
morning,
again, hello
everybody.
again. No
Or
country
great
for old
morning.
men.
Yeah, I
We
seen
got
that. Is that Woody Harrelson again?
Yeah. You haven't watched it yet? You have to
No,
you have to dedicate a 2 hour set
I'm
portion
gonna
of your
have
day
to,
just
I
to sit down
guess.
and watch.
He
Yeah, because
keep
once you watch it,
every
you're gonna come back and be like, guys, that movie, it's good. It is good. I might go watch it again just because I love that movie.
right, Mr. Brandon. Or are you talking about Brad?
Mr.
I'm Brad.
Okay,
Unless he's talking about Brandon.
I know. Yeah, Brandon is he the one who said
Brandon,
look like Woody
yeah.
Harrelson?
I don't know
Yeah,
where he
because we
went.
don't have a beard, so it's like, yeah, I could see that now. So
Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of TV. Never have.
yeah, I have to has to be something that really grabs my interest, and like if it don't grab my interest within the first like
Like,
30
I
minutes,
remember. I'm like, I have no clue who you're talking about. Morning, OMO. Good morning. Let's see what he said. Sir, people don't realize how bloody evil people are that they walk next to. Hey, that's facts. You don't know what anybody's been through. That's yeah, that's why it's important, guys, to always spread kindness, be nice, be polite. Even it's something as simple as opening the door for somebody. That little act of kindness can go a long way
yeah,
because you have no idea what that person has seen, done, heard, been through, and that might be all they need is for someone
yeah.
to show that they actually care about another human life.
Yeah. It's like when somebody's having a bad time on the road, don't, I mean, if your honk and your flip off to them could have been that moment that just set them over the edge, just because you don't know what kind of day they're having, what life they've been through, but then like your kind gesture to them could have made them flip to the whole other direction of it and just been like, hey, I needed your kindness today because it's been a hard time. And if
Exactly.
it
Okay.
might feel uncomfortable to do you may have to step out of your comfort zone. Like you might want to yell at them, scream at them, and start a verbal argument and tell them what you think about them. But you step out of your comfort zone and just don't be sarcastic with bless your heart, God bless you with an attitude or anything. Just be like be kind to them. Be like, hope your day gets better. And
Right. Be genuine. Show
you
people
know,
you care. It don't matter what you've done in life. It don't matter how bad the thing is that you've done or the things you've done. Show an act of kindness and it starts to compile and compel over all the bad things that you've done. And eventually you're going to find gratitude versus thinking that you're a bad person. And it don't happen with one time. This is things that you have to keep doing. Just like making your bed. We'll go back to that one. Start small
yeah,
and work your way up.
yeah.
Walk into the
I
grocery
would,
or walk into the convenience store and ask the cat or say good afternoon to the cashier. Just something that simple, and just watch the smile and the light in the room. I don't know how to explain it, but
yeah,
you're only going to get good things from it.
yeah. Mr. British Psych major wants to pick my brain. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to get back to that.
I don't think you're a robot. And if so, you're a pretty smart robot.
Can I ask? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, no worries on that. People, I've been called Brandon my whole life. They're like, "What's
Yeah,
your
my,
name,
my,
Brad?"
my
I'm like,
friend,
"Bradley." They're like, "Oh, Brandon, nice
my,
to meet you." I'm like, "What?"
one of my old childhood friends, his mom used to call me Brandon all the time, and I just went with it for like 3 years. And like after a while, I was like, "My name's Dustin." She's like,
Yeah,
"I thought you were Brandon this whole time." I'm like, no.
you just go with it. If I look like a Brandon, then go with it.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Shoot, Psych Major.
Prison Cheeks, how you doing? Acknowledge me.
Yeah, good morning, Prison Cheeks.
Good morning. Sorry, when I get to talking, I kind of go into like I look around and
Great morning. Yeah.
I,
Yo, West up. I got you.
I got to get used to like
Yeah, we're trying to.
concentrating on the chats.
Yep, just like anything, we get better with time, right?
Oh yeah.
Biggest thing is just showing up. The fact that y'all are here, it means you showed up this morning, so you're
Yeah.
destined to have a good day or a great day. So
Mr.
just keep
Montgomery, he is at an appointment with his wife right now.
facts. Yeah, keep them in your thoughts and prayers this morning. They have a very important doctor's appointment.
Can you have
Keep
some
him and
ramen
Jesse in your
money?
prayers. Can I have some ramen money?
I'm hungry in here.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
I bet you are, brother.
yeah. Hey, I've always said living in the barracks is very similar to that. If somebody has a bag of Skittles, somebody will pay a good amount for a bag of Skittles.
Right.
They're like, bro, you paid $20 for what? A fun size bag? Holy
Yeah,
crap! I got 5 of them right here. You want these?
that's funny. Did we get everybody? Appreciate everyone being here. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. We appreciate all the love and support. Welcome to the
I don't know.
FOB, the forward
I
operating
don't,
broadcast where we regroup, resupply, recalibrate throughout the week so you can Charlie Mike or continue the mission.
cool.
I hope everyone got something out of this morning. We're getting ready to shut this thing on down on this Wing It Wednesday. Let's see. Here we go.
Yeah,
Real quick, Mr. Double, my question for you, and please, I respect you, but I've seen reading a lot of people to get my master's. All right.
interesting.
Let's see. We're gonna wait on Mr. Britt's question there. I've seen people look me straight in the eyes, and I can see their sincerity. And I've seen people before are not the best people.
Okay.
Okay. A person like you, sir, I read body language very well. You're true. You are a good man, and you're a bloody mate.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank
That's a
you very
good
much.
word of encouragement there, brother.
Um,
Um,
I'm I'm surprised. I'm glad that I come off that way. I've always worried. I've been an asshole a lot of my life, and I can be pretty brutal, mostly on myself. But like I said, if I treat people how I treat myself, it can get pretty nasty.
right. Exactly.
I mean, I have ruined relationships, and I've pushed people away, and relationships that I wish I would have. It was very. I mean, it's too late to fix them, but I have to learn from them, and hopefully down the road I never make the mistakes again. But I think anybody who's ever been in a bad place or knows what they're capable of should always stay aware of it, and just always suppress your demons and make sure that you can get them out of you. And there's only one way I know to do that, and I honestly believe that this is going to work for me, and I honestly believe it'll work for everybody else as well, because it's not just my stories. There's so many other people's stories that you can learn from, and then just having somebody to hear your story is honestly like a weight off your shoulders as well, because then you don't feel alone, and that even if they haven't been through it, they took the time to listen to you and know about your story. And that's why I love going to the VA. I see somebody sitting there, and the other day it was an old man waiting for an appointment while I was waiting for mine. And I just noticed they had some new chairs in there. And I looked at him and was like, hey, they're finally putting their tax dollars to work, getting some new stuff. And he seemed like he was having a hard time, because the old man, and I think maybe Korean era, or he was fairly old. So it's either Korean or Vietnam. But he seemed like he was enjoying the conversation with me, just because I was engaging with him, because he was just sitting there staring at the wall until I said something to him, and then it broke him out of whatever he was at, and he turned and he was just like, boom, conversation mode.
Amazing.
No,
That's
I have no
amazing.
idea how it may have made his day better, brightened it up, but at that moment, I could see that he was enjoying it, so it felt good.
Well, that's good, brother. And seeing the fact that you're able to recognize that means that you're in a better spot yourself.
Yeah, and it definitely made. I mean, it's not. Not trying to be selfish and do it just for myself. It seems like the more I can help someone else, it helps me. So it's kind of like we're getting an equal share of it, and it's a balance. So it's like I'm sharing what I have with you, and you're sharing what you have with me, because it's the same way with the reverse attitude. If you go in some place and you're grumpy going to work and everybody's happy, but you come in and you're bitter, by lunch, half of those people are going to be just like you and bitter. But if you spread the constant joyness, or if everybody fought against it and made you to brighten your day up, you can overpower that bitterness. But that one person can affect the group.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. Very true. It can
See,
definitely affect the energy in the room.
see you on the next one, Smokey. Hope you have a good one.
Oh, let's see you catch up.
I seen, yeah, he on the last comment before he jumps out. Say
We
later to
enjoy
him.
hearing everyone's side of the stories. Yeah, no worries, brother. We glad you brought that up, and we hope we clarified it, and we hope it helps. I mean, it might not be the answer you was looking for, but it's definitely a
And
good
let us
start.
give us something
Uh,
else to research, and we'll help. We'll try to get a better understanding for all of us.
yeah, definitely. That's what it's all about. Let's see. He said right here. Let's go back here. Mr. Double OK, mate, what the bloody hell makes you happy, sir? I know that your body's leaning to your right side, which in psychology called a comfort mode.
And also bad back and bad hip, and it feels better to lean that direction.
Yeah, that
Uh,
too.
I have a bad back and like a bulging herniated disc and a tear in my lumbar 5 and 4. So that that's part of it, but it's probably a little bit of what you're saying too. Yeah, I have a few anxieties and a couple other things, but
Right. He said, I
comes
can
with the
see it with my
territory.
25-year-old eyes. You have a lot going on. People don't see behind the bloody curtain like the Wizard of Oz, but I can see it.
Oh yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot, a lot that I won't talk about too. But yeah, if I
Right.
can find some way to say it, to get the message of it out of something, I will do my best for it. But yeah, there's a lot, and I'm still working. I'm a work in progress.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, sir, you're not an asshole. I said, well, I no, I have been, and I have that. I'm in the past, and right now you might not see it, but
Please, please, with all God's respect, why did you push people away from you, sir? Play in your darkest hour. I don't know. You
I
lost
didn't
me
do
on
it on
that one.
purpose. It was what I was saying. How me being an asshole in the past, and it's because I had a severe problem with drinking, with binge drinking,
Oh,
and
gotcha, gotcha.
that caused me to just let my attitude and everything and my disgruntledness just come out, and that caused me to be the a hole that I was, and that's where it ruined relationships, and that's what put me into my darkest hour, because it all stemmed from when my father died. I just kind of went into a deep end, and it just went worse from there. And then while I was in Oklahoma, I went through a sobriety period for a few years, and then that's where I collected myself, and I had to come back to Louisiana, and then that's where I started at the VA, and then for the past 3 years since then, I have been on that recovery road to better myself. And through going to the VA for everything and hearing the stories, I've been more involved and wanted to be helping everybody, veterans and civilians. But being that I go to the VA a lot, and that's here, there's not a lot to do where I live at other than kind of party, drink, and do all that. And going there helps me kind of associate and connect with them, and I feel like we're helping each other. So
Yeah,
I'm pushing away from that a hole side of me, because that's what that being that way is what made my life more difficult, and would cause verbal arguments, almost physical arguments, physical altercations. I mean, then it calmed down the road rage because people don't know how to drive here. I'm pretty sure that's everywhere, but
Yeah, patience is a virtue, and that's a huge
yeah.
one,
So,
guys. Yeah,
and trying to get that patience back so I can,
yeah.
I concentrate on what I need to do to really help and have that purpose and mission in life again.
Right, and you're more present, so you can identify those triggers to where it,
Right.
you can realize before it gets to that point. But you can also see it in somebody else before they see it in themselves. That's the crazy thing about going through the struggles. Just
Yeah.
like that, just like Psych Major's saying, he can see things because it's true. You can just looking at somebody, talking to somebody, you can feel it, the energy. You'll be able to tell if they've had a hard life or if they're going through something that day. Especially if you've been through things, you know what I mean? If you've been down in the hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I noticed whenever I would get really frustrated or irritated or angry with somebody, what I was getting angry or irritated or pissed at them about was something that I had in me that I wasn't working through. So I would try to point out their problem, but it was my exact problem that I'm pointing out in them. Instead of me working with them to solve that problem, I'm more of like going into hypocrite mode and judgment mode and pointing out, you need to do this, you need to change this, quit this, because this is why you're doing that. Versus, hey man, I have that same problem. Like, well, we could figure it out together instead of like putting dukes up and going down out in the front yard.
Right. Which
Because
is
I mean
kind of how all
that
this started, you know?
yeah,
Because we were all dealing with our own things in our own way. But once we brought it all to light around each other and realized that we have something in common and we could help others, like you're saying, be a light in the dark, then it helps you and then you help others. Help others, love yourself. Acronym for holy.
you don't have to call him a name. What's Smokey saying? You don't want, why are they calling you Woody Harrelson? Is that what Smokey's talking
You don't
about?
have to call him a name. That's not his. Be respectful, please. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I get what he's saying.
it's all in good jokes and fun though.
Yeah, it's all good. I appreciate
It's
that,
not
Smokey. But once
yeah.
again, been in the struggle,
He's
got really, really tough skin, guys. Can't
yeah,
hurt
he's
this one.
referring to that movie what No Country for Old Men when Woody Harrelson playing in that.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to have to watch it
Yeah, I think
so I can so I can
it
better
might be your
understand it.
accent because he has that little country accent that he talks with in it. It might be that. And like
Oh, that's true.
your
Yeah,
your
because
constant
I didn't think
demeanor. I
about
don't know
that.
because when you see it, you might see it because I'm gonna go back and watch it and see because he's in a few different scenes. So, but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I didn't think about that, dude. Me sounding different than a lot of people,
you got
especially like
that
Misty up there in Michigan.
country
You know what I
accent.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well, you got that
forget about
southern
that,
accent
dude.
and that country accent. So,
And I didn't. And I don't even realize it. You know what I mean? It's
right, right,
crazy. But I'll be talking to people up here, and it's like it's weird because I'll be talking, and I'm like I'm trying to figure out if they're even listening. But what I'm realizing is they are literally trying to catch every word that I'm saying. I guess because I talk so much faster with that southern dialect that
yeah.
they're just trying to catch everything that I'm saying versus listening. You know what I mean?
Oh
So I
yeah,
have to
I have to do it
really
too because
slow it down sometimes.
if I start talking really fast, you can tell the Louisiana comes out in me. I have to control my accent so people can understand me.
Yeah. Oh, let's
Especially if I start
see.
talking in an Irish or British accent. If I mimic one of them, oh man, you swear I sound like Brad Pitt on Snatch. He's a pikey, right? It's like, what did he say? I need subtitles underneath him so I can know what he's saying.
Yeah. Let's see. You understand, my father, a captain in a room, Queen's Guards, and my brother is a lieutenant colonel. Maybe today you help me as well because you let me understand so much. Hey, I hope we help, brother. That's what
Yeah,
it's all
that's
about.
awesome.
And let me
The
give you a
Queen's Guard.
psychology.
I don't know much about the Queen's Guard. I don't know much about like the military and
Yeah, I don't
what the
either. That would
UK.
be interesting to have him come up here one day and kind of talk about that.
Oh man,
That would
that
be
would
interesting.
yeah. I bet he could have us like. You can make my brain glitch. He's a
For
psych
real.
major.
Yeah,
You can
definitely.
watch me. You can watch that little thinking circle where I'm buffering for a little while at times.
Right. That's a whole different culture divide ritual there. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Who he always psychology always
Talks
talks
to his
to his right hand that shows sincerity. Me?
talks to his right hand. Yeah. I don't. So,
Ah,
yeah, he's getting deep with it. I don't even know.
Mr. Trouble, if you had a genie and you had three wishes, I don't care about the other two. I care about the one wish that you would wish for. If you go on my Facebook profile, my cover page has a poem that I wrote about if I had a chance to make one wish. You can,
That's crazy.
yeah, go on there. It's Dustin Campbell. And my cover page that's exactly what I would do if I had a wish in general. And I wouldn't use three wishes because I probably would never use the first one. And that poem will explain why. I can actually pull it up and read it right quick. Actually, now
I
I
was,
forget I'm on a computer.
yeah.
I'm like I'm sorry guys. I'm kind of like Stone Age at times. I'm used to just
You're
watching stuff
good.
on my phone and moderating, so this is still kind of getting used to it.
Right.
Uh, let's see
What
if I
about
can.
there?
There it is. Yeah, that's it.
You want to read it?
If I had one wish, would I wait until the perfect time is wasted? I would be so close to perfection I could taste it. But that wish, I don't think I would make it. Because for the fear of how corruption will replace it with something tasteless. Because let's face it, if I had really had one wish, my total perception would get tainted. Like a blurry version of reality that's a distorted version painted, which have faded the dreams of what I once created. We dictate it, discriminate it until the vision becomes fixated. The thought becomes hated, relationships get jaded, the ultimate outcome seems catastrophic, and I can't seem to take it. I just hope that if I do get one wish, I don't waste it.
Wow. Man, good stuff, brother.
I can't. Oh well, when did I wrote that several years ago, I think.
Oh, you wrote that?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
sitting there. That
wow.
was when I was in my dark place in Oklahoma, and I was just sitting there, and I was wanting to get back into writing, and I used to write. I used to want to write like not like fiction novel, and then when your mind gets so clouded and cluttered that it's hard to concentrate, and that was like
Yeah.
me trying to get back into it.
Right. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna shut this thing down. We went a little bit past time, but that's okay. Hope everyone had a great
Yeah,
time
I
this
enjoyed it.
morning.
I don't mind going past time if y'all don't mind, so don't ever worry
Yeah,
about me. So I
not
will
at
never
all.
rush y'all
That's
off of here.
right. We don't ever put an ending time on it.
I appreciate everybody's insight, the questions. It really made my brain get going. So I feel like I've had a really good kickoff for the day. So I was excited yesterday getting into today. So
Yeah, great job on that video, brother.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah, that was some good editing there.
I really enjoy
And
it.
that's one
I,
of those
I hope to
things
get
that you
better
get
more
better
and
with
more I do
time.
it. Yeah, I
Yep.
like messing around with it. So you see all the stuff that I haven't posted or I haven't saved.
Right. I mean, and that's that's all. That's a type of production, so it helps you.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
that little bit probably gave you a lot of gratitude.
and it keeps me busy too. So the idle hands is the devil's playground. So stay busy,
It keeps you busy and it keeps you sharp.
right? Yeah,
Because the more you stay in your head saying, "I wish I could do this," on social media, or I wish I could do this on a video. Just try it. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Before you know it,
Yeah, repetition
you're
is
gonna be
the
able to
key.
do it. Yeah, repetition is key. Consistency is key. There's. Hey, appreciate that, Smokey. Have a great day, brother.
You too. You too, man.
All right, yeah, go ahead and leave them with some encouragement there, Double A, and I'll shut us down. If you wanna, do you wanna pray this morning?
Oh, I don't have any prayers, so I'm not. I'm not. I have to practice. So
I got
you
you.
give me,
Yeah, no worries,
you
brother.
give me time.
Well, I'll let the Lord
Uh,
take it.
yeah. I feel like what can I say that I haven't already said, and that um,
Whatever comes to
I
mind,
really hope.
brother.
I hope that everything helped. My last thing I want to do is do anything that's going to hurt. So if I do anything wrong, please let me know. I'll take constructive criticism, because your criticism will never be as bad as what I can do to myself. So don't worry about hurting my feelings, because if I had feelings that you could hurt, I'd let you.
Right.
So, and just know that even though you might have a deep wound, or deep wounds take a while to heal, but whenever it heals, the scar is harder. It's harder to create another wound in it. So your pain tolerance will increase even though you hurt. So there is a bright side to that dark tunnel. It's like a train tunnel. Once you get in it, it's a dark point, but there is an end to it. And even if there is a dead end, you can always turn around. And now stay safe, stay strong, and stay awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Good analogy there. Yeah, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. We appreciate all the love and support. Just remember, you do matter. You are loved. You are enough. Like I said, guys, start with one small thing. Do it. Accomplishment or accomplish it. Let yourself realize that you accomplished that little thing. Find gratitude. Change your bad attitude to gratitude, and keep on pushing. That's what you got to do. I hope everybody got something out of this morning. I know it was a little different than what y'all used to, but that's okay. We still got through it, and we were still able to hopefully equip y'all for the day or the rest of the week. And we hope y'all come back and join us again tomorrow. And I want to leave y'all with a little motivation. Goals aren't just about what you accomplish. They're about who you become in the process. On your journey to success, remember you're the driver. Your destinations, speed, detours, that's all up to you. Y'all stay motivated, stay hydrated, wing it, and have a wonderful Wednesday. Huh?
Cool.
Bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for another beautiful, beautiful, blessed day, Lord. Thank you for waking me up again this morning, Lord, and having breath in my lungs, Lord. I'm forever grateful. Thank you for everything that you helped us with, and helped us to show everyone and hopefully teach somebody something this morning on the podcast this morning, Lord. Thank you for everything you're doing, Lord. Thank you for allowing us that's been in the dark, in the struggles, in the pain and the suffering to be a light at the end of the tunnel, Lord. That they do have a way out, and that there is another option besides the one um, big option, Lord, that would make a permanent solution out of a temporary problem. We don't want that, Lord. We want to continue to fight the good fight, and to realize that the battle is not over, but the battle is just starting, Lord. And if we fight the good fight, the reward on the other end will be worth it. Lord, thank you for everything. Thank you for everyone on this panel, Lord. Thank you for everyone in the chat. Just be with anyone that's suffering. Heal the sick, Lord. Keep everyone safe that's traveling, Lord. Be with the Montgomerys this morning, Lord. Pray that everything goes well with their appointment, and praying for great news, Lord. Thank you for allowing me to see another day, to spread the good news, and to show others that there's more to life than worrying about what you did wrong. Forgive me where I fail you, Lord, as I strive to do better. I ask all these things in Jesus' precious holy name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
They will not break our country's strength. They will not take our nation's freedom. Let the people say